Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we're gonna address, read my lips, we're gonna address Deontay Wilder fanboys because, I mean, it's quite interesting. You know, I've been covering boxing here on YouTube. This is my third year. My third year on YouTube covering boxing, and with this being my third year covering boxing on YouTube, you know, I've had a chance to see a lot of different YouTube channels come, a lot of different YouTube channels go. I've seen you know, a lot of people come and go over the years. You know, and it's good to say that I'm still here, standing and thriving after all these years. But what I'll say is this too, you know, one of the first videos I made, I remember when I first started covering boxing here on YouTube. One of the first videos I made was not too long after Deontay Wilder had captured the WBC heavyweight title after beating Bermane Stiverne, right? And if you go back and you look at my archives, right, and you go find that video, it was a very positive video. It's a very optimistic video. I've actually always liked Wilder. I don't like how his career is ran. I don't like how the people behind him run his career. I think they hold him back from being a star, pretty much, the star he should be, in my opinion. So with that being said, you know, I think I can say, because I've been on YouTube for 3 years and I've seen YouTube channels come and go, I can say with full-blown confidence that the majority of you Deontay Wilder fanboys who are talking about AJ versus Joshua, y'all didn't give two shits about Deontay Wilder when he was fighting the likes of, let's say, when he fought, well, even, what's the Stiverne fight? A lot of y'all wasn't here for the Stiverne fight, the first Stiverne fight. A lot of y'all wasn't here when he was fighting the likes of Duapa and those guys, you know, those guys that he was fighting in his hometown. Now, y'all wasn't here for that. So I find it funny now when I see these, like, not just people who are like Deontay Wilder fanboys, but this is a lifestyle to them. Like, yo, they swear up and down by Deontay Wilder like he was Jesus Christ himself, that he can do no wrong, that he's fought nothing but the best, and he's never ducked anyone, and he has no bad parts of his career, nothing that we can point out. He is not at fault for anything that's happened to him, when that could be further from the truth. Now, I'm making this video, as you guys can see, to address you Wilder fanboy, because I find it hilarious. Now, I'm not gonna give this YouTuber clout, because this is something that BT I've been learning this over the years. You know, I won't sit here and say I have the biggest channel or anything like that, because I don't. But I have a channel to where if I talk like the way I'm talking right now, people are gonna pay attention, and I'm not gonna give this YouTuber the clout that of me saying his name, because I've done that enough times over the years, and we're maturing, we're getting older here, and we're getting smarter as years go on. But what I'll say is this: there was a popular YouTuber who is a Deontay Wilder apologist. He swears up and down by Deontay Wilder, and I saw a video of his recently. And for those of you who are subscribed to this guy, because I am too. For those of you who are subscribed to this guy, this guy recently made a video saying that Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua won't happen, not because of negotiations, not because of any of that stuff going on, but it's going to be because Alexander Povetkin is going to knock out Anthony Joshua. Now, if this is what he really believes, then fine, fair play to him. I can't really go against his opinions because that's his opinion, right? And Povetkin is a capable fighter. He can be Anthony Joshua. He's dangerous enough that if he lands the right shot, he can put Joshua's lights out. So we're not going to disrespect Alexander Povetkin here on this channel. But it's hilarious because these are the same guys that before Wilder, or just after Wilder was scheduled to fight him, and after the whole Meldonium thing came out, and there was a big controversy with that, these are the same people that were calling him a cheat. These are the same people that were saying he shouldn't box anymore. These are the same people that were pretty much saying, you know, Wilder would have beat his ass anyway because, you know, he didn't fight nobody. You know, when that could be further from the truth. Povetkin probably has one of the better resumes at heavyweight of any fighter right now, because he's been around longer than most fighters. So I just find it funny. I mean, if you guys have been on YouTube and you've been following this YouTube boxing community for the last 2 years and some change, let's literally go back in time and let's think about what these Wilder fanboys are saying year by year. I even posted a Facebook status about this. Okay, in 2016, they were saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't need to fight Alexander Povetkin because Alexander Povetkin is a cheat. Okay, that's what they were saying about Povetkin. Oh, don't fight him; he's a cheat, and that's what it was. He was a cheat. Don't fight him. You know, they made a big thing about him, and the fight didn't happen. 2017, after he knocks out David Price in what was one of the biggest knockouts of the year, they say, oh, well, Povetkin is a cheater. PED Vetkin should never box again. All that stuff, right? So as that was happening, Joshua is cementing himself as the premier heavyweight in the world. He's fighting the biggest names in the biggest fights, and he's winning the fights. Some impressive, some not so impressive. The Klitschko fight was impressive. The Parker fight was very underwhelming. But regardless, he's beating these top-level guys at a very young stage in his career. And then now you fast forward to 2018, as Joshua has cemented himself thus far as the number one heavyweight in the world, and now there's this possibility for undisputed that everybody's clamoring for. It's not going to happen when people want it to happen, when I want it to happen, or when you want it to happen, but we all believe it's going to happen at some point. And now Joshua has to fight the same guy that these Wilder fanboys are saying, oh, he was a cheater. He was, banned from boxing. These Russians are all cheaters. These Russians are this. These Russians are that. Same guy they were demonizing for a year and a half, almost 2 years, they're now turning around and saying, man, I hope he knocks Anthony Joshua's block off. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny how that works? I find it funny. They'll root for Povetkin, and they'll fail to acknowledge the fact that he was recently proven innocent in a United States federal court, but they won't acknowledge that, but they'll root for him. They'll root for him now. They'll root for him now that he's fighting Joshua, so they could whatever floats the boat makes them feel good. But I'm just saying, man, like the logic of these Deontay Wilder fanboys is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. And I mean, they're gonna accuse Joshua for fighting Povetkin, right? And I'm not saying that I'm happy about him fighting Povetkin. I'd rather see Wilder versus Joshua, but I'm saying they're gonna shit all over that fight, and they're gonna say that fight is terrible, that fight is trash, that fight is no good. They hope Povetkin knocks him out, but then they'll fail to acknowledge that Deontay Wilder is fighting a way less. He's probably gonna fight a way less skilled heavyweight, a way less accomplished heavyweight, and way less of a threat than Povetkin would be. He's gonna fight Dominic Breazeale, a slow-footed, fat, slightly above average knockout puncher who's very one-dimensional. That Deontay Wilder, if he's as good as we think he is and as good as I think he is, he should be able to get him out of there. I say 6 rounds. 6 rounds, he should be able to get Breazeale out of there, because Breazeale, he's one of those fighters, especially, he needs you to be in front of him. He needs to be able to plant his feet and throw those heavy shots. So it's a fight where if you're Wilder, you should actually be counting this as a blessing. You get a chance to fight a guy that his style is tailor-made for you. You can have another impressive performance and build even more interest for that Joshua fight up. So look at it as a way to put more money in your pocket for the future and continue building that profile. And for Joshua, the Povetkin fight would be business as usual, as what it's become for Anthony Joshua. He's going to fight Povetkin in a big-ass soccer stadium. He's going to sell out, and it's up to him to go do the job on Povetkin. But it has a chance to be one of his toughest fights to date, because of the style, because of the knockout power, because of, if you can go back and look at the Takam fight, he showed with Takam, and Takam's a shorter heavyweight. Joshua says that, and Joshua kind of, I think he'd always struggle with that style. That's why, like, when I think of fantasy matchups, because Joshua one time said that he liked to fight Evander Holyfield. I think he would have struggled with a prime Evander Holyfield, because he just the way the agility, the movement, and the way he throws his punches. But Holyfield, Povetkin are two different fighters. But to stay on topic, let me just say that my closing statement is this: you Wilder fanboys are pitiful. You're treacherous. You're pitiful, and I can't believe it's gotten so bad. Your hatred for Anthony Joshua has gotten so bad that some of y'all are willing to come here, look into this camera, lie to this camera, act like you weren't just saying 2 years ago that Povetkin should be banned from boxing for life without knowing all the facts, without knowing all the evidence. Then you failed to acknowledge that he was proven innocent in a New York City federal court. Got vindicated, got his name cleared, proved y'all wrong. Y'all failed to acknowledge that y'all spit on his name, and now that same guy y'all was doing all that to, you're gonna turn around and root for him against Anthony Joshua. And I mean, that's just ridiculous to me. It really goes to show you, man. Like, when you're successful and you really out here doing your thing, like Anthony Joshua is, like, people really do hate on you, man. So It is what it is, man. I'm not. You gotta take this boxing for what it is. You know, we obviously want the Wilder Joshua fight to happen, but you don't see me. I mean, I'm not really. I don't really hate Povetkin. I don't really love Povetkin, but you don't see me, going for Povetkin one way or the other if he was fighting Wilder or Joshua. I really wanted to see that Povetkin Wilder fight a couple years ago because to that point Wilder really had fought nobody. And Povetkin was and still is one of the best heavyweights in the division. So if Anthony Joshua beats Povetkin, it looks impressive. I mean, we're talking Dillian White, we're talking Vladimir Klitschko, we're talking Carlos Takam, we're talking Joseph Parker, and now Povetkin. I mean, that's a pretty damn good resume Anthony Joshua's putting together, and he's not even 25 fights in yet. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Take your feelings out the equation, okay? You guys did pretty much everything but throw Alexander Povetkin in the damn slammer into freaking prison itself. And now y'all got your Russian pom-poms out, and you'll be cheering for Alexander Povetkin to knock Anthony Joshua's block off on September 22nd. And maybe you'll be doing it by paying your hard-earned money to go watch it on the zone. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn doing big things. But, yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Deontay Wilder fanboys, notable ones here on the YTBC, who were shitting all over Povetkin years ago, are now his biggest fans. It's crazy how life works. Crazy how much things can change in a couple years. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding. Dang it. So until next time, take care, guys.